going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Chaos. I'm actually starting the video off in the Chaos Garage, but unfortunately, Chaos Garage is overflowing, so we're gonna actually be doing the very first mod to the vet today, but that means we actually got to head to my mom's house to get the vet. Well, before we go, her tool supply is a little limited, so once I moved out, I took all the tools with me. So we're gonna make sure we got everything stocked and prepared, ready to go for hopefully what should be a very, very easy install, which is why we're able to do it at her house and not in the Chaos Garage. But I've picked up some Morimoto LED side markers for the front. I think it's gonna drastically change up the look of the car. So it should be very easy, like I said. All we need is either, I think it's a Torx bit, a T15 is what I'm banking on, but just grab my little toolbox just in case. So I've got a bunch of Torx in here, and as well as Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, just some basics, but that's all hopefully we need, and then some gloves so don't get dirty. But let's go ahead and take off to go get the vet. Made it to my mom's house, so we got the vet parked up here, and we're gonna do the very first mod to it. And everything as far as like exterior wise, for a stock car especially, because I like to modify anything and everything. And as much as I would love to just dive straight to the deep end and either throw exhaust on this or a set of wheels or suspension, some of the expensive stuff, we're gonna start basic. So the one thing that drives me nuts are these yellow side marker lights. They just completely stand out on the car and they gotta go. So I've picked up some Morimoto. They're like the smoked out kind of black looking side markers. So I think that should really help, and for cheap. That's the key right now. Like I said, I would love to throw some expensive parts at this car, but not in the budget at the moment. So we're gonna start small, start easy, and tackle these corner lights today. This is the way the car sits currently, 100% stock on the exterior. And again, not bad looking for a stock car. Like most of the time I'm like, something is really irking me. And in this one instance, the yellow side markers, that's the one standout thing that's just throwing the vibe of the exterior off for me. So the Morimoto is gonna be coming to our rescue today. Gonna go ahead and jump in the box and see exactly what they look like. So there are several different styles on the market, and I went with the Morimotos just because they're not completely blacked out. So they make full 100% smoked where you can't really, there's no translucency whatsoever to them. But these aren't quite fully blacked out. Like there's a little bit of like texture to them, like little transparency to them. So that's why I went with this variety. I thought these looked the best. So, and again, relatively cheap. I'll make sure to link everything I'm using down below, but good first mod, I think. It's completely transform the front end and get rid of these nasty yellows and make it blend with the car a little more. Nice part about this install is it doesn't require you to even have to jack the car up in order to complete it. So what I've done is we're gonna start over here at the driver's side. So I've just cranked the wheel to the right, and that exposes all of our fender liners. So that's what we're gonna work on taking off first. So you just loosen these bolts, and then we're gonna stick our hand in there. And that should be the most difficult part, honestly. So I'm gonna grab the tools we brought from the house. Hopefully it does look like a Torx. So it's supposed to be a T15. We'll check that here in a second, but looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And just enough to get my hand slid up behind there, and then we'll get the amber gone. They are indeed like a little T15, so there's 5 of them. Once you get those pulled off, there's a tight squeeze, so I'm just going to reach in there, and you should be able to like pry out the little tabs just to pop that amber out. So I'm gonna try to do it as carefully as I can without trying to scratch up the body of the car. Oh, what's an easy install without even a little bit of chaos? So I did exactly what you're not supposed to do. I broke both of the plastic tabs, so it's a good thing. I mean, I'm committed at this point to utilizing the smoked out lights from Morimoto, but if I ever did want to go back to the Ambers, I'm gonna have to buy a new set. So I can't believe that. I mean, like I don't know, they really shouldn't be that brittle. I mean, like I know the car is old, but I feel like they snap way too easily. So, I mean, it is very cold out today. It's only, I think, a high of like 35. So cold plus old plastic just doesn't get along too good. So, I mean, these things just snap so easily. So, like I said, we're committed to the smoked at this point, but I've got them unhooked. Did a good job, very careful on not scratching the paint itself. So that's a plus, but these things are no good because they would not, I mean, they would slide back on, but there's just no way for them to hold. So good thing we're not utilizing these. So don't do what I did. Don't break those tabs. The next step, you will need to utilize like the light, not the bulb itself, but like the actual connector. So I'm gonna disconnect our light. It should just turn. This one I can be careful with because I can see it, but it should just turn, twist, yep, pops right out. So that's your bulb. And again, we don't need the bulb itself. So that should come out very easily. It does. Set that aside. And then on your new housing, it's got a little connector back here. So this should plug in. And let's see if it matters which way. It's got like a little metal tab. Oh, it shouldn't matter which way it goes. See if one side, oh, there we go. Okay, it kind of wants to slide only one way, but then from there, now we should be able to connect this, because now this is OEM, back to the OEM dongle on the car, and then now these should snap into place, no problem. So fingers crossed, I don't break anything else. Well, that snapped into place very easily, so install much easier than the uninstall of the stock stuff, but let's get our first look. Loving that. So it completely transforms the front end. So I'm just kind of walking back and forth from our stock passenger side to our newly updated smoked out driver side. World different. Got our stock side over here with those yellow ambers just screaming that they don't fit in, versus our modified side that just looks so sleek and blends in really well with the paint scheme. Way, way, way better. So glad I went with the smoked. And again, they make different variations. So they have like a full on, completely black look, but I don't think I would have liked that because there's a little bit of, you know, like tint to the headlights, tint to the fog lights. So I feel like this just matches those perfectly. But now we're gonna kind of turn the headlights on just to make sure our lights do work. Success. And even with the LED strip, it actually doesn't look bad. So I was kind of afraid with like the old style headlights and fog lights, like it was just gonna stick out like a sore thumb with when they were actually lit up, but I like that. And then with the light on, this side is just, this is the stock side. It's just so dull looking, like, because you only have your bulb here and then it doesn't really illuminate the rest of your light. So it just looks weird in my opinion, versus our new upgraded side. I mean, it fills the whole amber up. So again, it looks way better off when the lights are off. And then even, I was kind of concerned with the lights on, but I actually really, really like that a whole lot better. Especially, yeah, seeing them side by side. Morimoto is the way to go. So let's get this side buttoned up, then we can tackle the passenger side. One side down, one to go. And whenever we'll have to look at these ugly ambers ever again. So I'm gonna try to be, and I was being careful, I thought, on the driver's side, but I'm gonna be extra, extra careful. Like I said, I think it's just a combo of the cold temperatures and then like that super thin plastic, but I'm gonna try to do my best not to break the tabs on this side. So wish me luck. We had way better luck on the passenger side. Honestly, I think the difference was I went in gloveless, so you got more feel, obviously, without a glove on. So I think things went easier this way. Plus, I kind of knew what I did wrong on that side. So like I said, I was trying to be extra careful. So I was able to salvage one stock light. Again, not that I'll ever use it, but I just always like to keep stock stuff around. You never know. But this side went flawless. So let's make sure the lights work, and then we'll roll it outside and get some good overall shots. Overall, I feel like we were very successful. So we got our first mod done to the vet. There was a little bit of chaos on the driver's side with his broken tabs, but I'm not sweating it too much. So I'm ecstatic with the way this turned out. Like, completely transformed the front end of this car. And that amber it just wasn't it. It just stuck out like a sore thumb. So full transparency, I actually do have the same style Morimoto's for the rear, but I'm kind of hesitant on putting those on at this moment. One, because I actually don't mind the red, but then eventually if I do switch out the taillights have to come out in order for the rears to go on. So I'd rather do that kind of all in one shot, because the less I'm pulling things on and off the car. I mean, you've seen my luck with braking stuff, so I'd rather do it once, not twice. So yeah, we're gonna save these for another day, but I do have the rears. But again, like, they just weren't bothering me like these front were. But I'm ecstatic with the look. You have to let me know what you think in the comments below. I really appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. It really does help out. We'll catch y'all on the next one.